In the last episode, we sailed from Martinique to Venezuela, Los Rocas, after we did a small regatta. It was a pretty smooth sail. Only the first day we had lots of squalls and there was changing wind. I think it was almost 60 degrees in difference. With the small spinnaker, it's not a lot of work.
The spec-end is preparing to get the spinnaker down and we are just behind them.
We're going to Franziski. See you there. Good job.
Only a couple of miles. Four meters.
The first island that we are visiting is Franziski. It is beautiful, it has mangroves, it has a beautiful white beach, and there's even a decent beach restaurant. On these islands, it's as if time stood still for a long time. There are no cars, there's no big supermarket, no big shops or whatever. There's absolutely nothing there.
So we're going to test the new wheel. So we have the new wheels, hard wheels now.
¡Hey! Bienvenidos, mis amigos holandeses.
After a small walk over the island, we reached a natural swimming pool where there were beautiful corals, and there's even a sort of a statue that they sank there. In the next couple of hours, all the other outre-mers are released from the main island and end up in the same bay.
Come on, Hamilton!
Go, go,
Come on,
go,
Hamilton!
Max!
Come on,
Go, Max!
Hamilton! Coming to meet you!
A small dinghy ride to one of the other islands brings us to another place where we have a nice snorkel, and the guys from Inky Blue, Endless Joy and Vitia are making a nice dive. In the evening, we organize a sundowner on the beach with the whole group. And then the police comes over to Franziski to do the checkup of the last couple of boats. We try to make it a little bit faster because they take their time, and they were very helpful and very kind.
Hello, how are you? Fine. Bienvenido.
You can stop at Sardina if you want. Whatever you do. But by Monday morning you are in checking out.
Aquí Venezuela haciendo...
Yeah,
Venezuela, Los Roques!
it's really beautiful here. And we are only halfway, but we enjoyed it
Con mi
already.
amigo aquí,
really
Euskadi
good.
también.
We'll anchor up at Franziski, and we're going to Sardinia, I guess. Sardinia, Los Roques, that is. Because we were inspected really quick and thorough. We're going to be on time to go between the reefs in the light. Vitia has a problem with one engine. So Jimbo is going to help them keep straight as long as it doesn't have speed, because you don't need two engines as soon as you have a little bit of speed already.
Just behind you, okay?
Okay.
I'm the last one. I close the...
Yeah. It was only a small trip to go to the next anchorage, and it was completely in between all the reefs. Mark sent a drone up in the air so that he could also see from the air where the reefs were. But finally, it was not as difficult as it looked on the map. You have to be very careful in this area because the reefs and the shallow areas are not always in exactly the same place where they are located on the map. So it's very important that you have daylight and that your eyes confirm what the map is saying. Mark just bought himself a very big tuna for a very reasonable price, and he prepared a tuna taki for himself.
Actually, Max arranged it.
Yeah.
Huh? Or maybe Patrick even. But everybody happy. Fisherman's happy. They just got it. And they said 7 kilos, but I think the piece that we got was more than a quarter of 7 kilos. Or we have been exaggerating the size of the tunas we caught ourselves. So we continue to the next anchorage. Kingsley has seen something on Navili, where it's supposed to be good snorkeling. Good place for kite surfing and stuff like that. I think we go there where it says green bushes, there in the south side.
Hier gaan wij.
Ja, daar. Well, the captain is a real sailor. She's standing on the rudder. Doesn't matter in what kind of weather. Not a problem. It's rainy a bit. And this one's not on the map, but it is on community edits. It's a sandbank, 1 meter deep. There's absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's there.
Luckily, even in very bad weather, you can see the shallowness, because this one was actually not on the map. We just proved that the shelter from the rain on the 55 is pretty good. We even anchored without going outside. The only thing Mark had to do is go outside for connecting the bridle to the chain. You can't do that from a distance, but I stayed completely dry behind the tent and just steered from the inside and looked through the windows.
Not getting anywhere fast, are we, Mark?
This is not interesting though, there's nothing here.
No, there's nothing alive, is there?
No.
Huh?
Take your boat for a walk.
Yeah. Another morning together with Spekke in the Naked Blue at the green bushes in the southeast of Los Roques. And the idea for today is to go snorkeling on the outside of the big reef, so basically in the middle of the ocean. There on the horizon you see the wreck.
We tried to go out snorkeling on the outside of the reef because the corals were very beautiful there. But it was not possible. It was a little bit dangerous. There were breaking waves and the coral heads sticking out of the water. We went back in to the inside of the reef and we found a reasonable place to dare to snorkel. The next morning it was high tide, so we were able to get close to the wreck with the tender.
We're asking ourselves what the island was there in the south on the horizon, which you can clearly see. And they tell us, mosquito. They tell us it's the mainland of Venezuela, 71 miles away from here.
In the past 2 years. That will help. That will help.
Spekke, Inky, Pom, Saga, Vitia and Greatcircle.
It looks as if it's very busy on all the anchorages, but actually it's only us. If we wouldn't have been there, it would have been empty.
On Monday! Have fun!
We go between the reefs up, and then we can either go south or north to Cass Creek. Sailing today, only on the jib. It's about 10 miles through the air, but it might be at least 15 where we have to go. So yesterday we were able to see the South American coast all the way from our boats. As you can see, it's almost 71 miles.
We go back in the direction of the main island, where we first visit one of the other islands and where we are going to eat with the fishermen, and then check out, and then meet the other guys on the west part of Los Rocas again.
We're going to Kraski, but we're not sure because all the different maps we have give different information. According to this map, shouldn't be a problem at all to pass on the southern side. And the Maracas phone says 0 to half a meter for that area. On my phone, it depends whether we take the sonar chart. Now it's on sonar chart, and then there's this and this area as well. But if we put it on app options, nautical chart, then it gives the same again as the chart plotter does. So Inky went to the southern passage and they had 15 meters. So much for sonar chart. Just a couple of houses over here. And there's supposed to be 2 restaurants.
After a couple of days in a really deserted area, it's nice to have at least some houses, like a little village, but nothing more than that.
My bad.
Sus barcos son muy lindos.
Yeah, muy lindo, muy lindo.
the main island, Rock, where we're gonna check out. Just get news that there are plenty of moorings on Bonaire, and we're going to Cayo de Agua. Lazy sailing again, only one front sail. We chose the Janniker this time. Where Inky Blue is now, we certainly had depths of 2.5 meters. Going 9 knots on the Janniker all of a sudden as there were gusts. In the end it didn't get any shallower than that. You can see Pom, Saga and Vitia in front of us. They're anchored at the Turtle Island. .3.
We visited the turtle sanctuary on this island. They save the eggs that have no chance of surviving. They breed them and they keep them in the sanctuary for 2 years and then they let them go to freedom. Our final stop on Las Rocas is Cayo de Agua, and from there we are going to leave very early in the morning for Bonaire. The forecast is not a lot of wind, so we want to start early, and I think we will go with the spinnaker.